Trapmore gang, there is a clip going around on Reddit right now that is kind of disturbing, and it involves me and David. There's a clip from a video that I did quite a while ago, quite a few weeks ago, where I basically talked about a TikTok live where somebody basically has an argument and pops online defending David, and I'm not going to lie, their voice sounds suspiciously like David. A lot of people are convinced online that this mysterious person who sounds just like David, who is arguing on David's behalf, might actually have been, according to some people, David himself, anonymously trying to defend himself online. But what some people have noticed that completely went over my head at the time is that this David sound-alike might have accidentally slipped up and revealed exactly when the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the 14-year-old girl that was found deceased in the trunk of David's Tesla, parked a few streets away from his home. He might have accidentally revealed exactly when this murder took place. I'm pretty surprised about what I'm hearing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm really I don't know if I'm even ready for what I'm about to show you guys, okay? But what's happening is this clip has been going around, and I saw this on the David 2 subreddit. This is just under an hour ago, and I was like, hang on a minute, what is this clip? And then I watched it, and I was like, damn, wait a minute, that's a bit crazy. Now, before I show you this, I want to remind you something. So yesterday I did this video, David caught with more incriminating evidence, and the crux of this video was actually the fact that it was the exact 1-year anniversary of the last time that Celeste Rivas Hernandez was actually proven to be alive. This photograph that, as you can kind of see on the left side of the thumbnail here, it's a photograph of Celeste wearing a hoodie with holes in it. The private investigator, Steve Fisher, who is actually working with the owner of the property that David was living in when the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez was discovered in the Tesla parked outside, SF investigates that private investigator. He just revealed this picture, and this picture is the last known existing piece of proof of Celeste actually being alive. Now, in this video, if you want to go and learn more about that, you can go and watch this video. In this video, it's basically shown that David slipped up, and a few days or a day after this image was taken, he actually slipped up and posted a picture of himself. If you can see his little zesty pose that he's doing on the right-hand side of this image, he slipped up and had the hoodie that Celeste was wearing in the background of the picture. Now, that was very incriminating, and it was exactly a year yesterday that that picture on the left side was taken. I made that video, and I thought, damn, that's pretty crazy that's another piece of just incriminating slip-up evidence that's been left out there. But now, with this, okay, you're going to hear in this clip this David sound-alike talking about the victim Celeste has been unalived for like a year. Now, this was at the end of October 2024. So this would have been slightly less than a year from this recorded, I don't know, debate on TikTok. It would have been within, like, say, 2 months of that last picture of Celeste that was taken. But now, as we are now at the anniversary of the last time that she was actually seen, it sounds a little bit ominous. And he doesn't say exactly a year. He says for like a year. It's very close. And again, there's been all these rumors that maybe she died in August of 2025, May. There's a few different dates and different timelines that haven't quite been proven yet. But, you know, the rumor coming out of the police department was that she had actually died in the spring of 2025. That's quite a large window of a few months where that could have happened. But now that this clip's been going around, if you believe that this is David on the other end of the phone, it is a little bit telling, and it might be a little slip up where it's like, what do you mean almost a year? Like, you know a little too much about when this minor died. As far as we were concerned, it was less than half a year. From October of 2024 to the spring, that would have probably been, by the way, this should say 2025. So it should be October of 2025 because this happened in 2025. But it would have been half a year. It wouldn't have been like a year. It would have been half a year. It would have been less than half a year. If she died in August, it would have only been 4 months. That would have been a quarter. So let's hear what's going on.
That when she first went missing, so
she's been unalive for like a year.
Fake news, boo.
A lot of people think that's David's voice. Now, I can't confirm or deny whether that's David's voice. Maybe we should put it up.
Me discovering things by myself. Like, I don't get sent too much music. You're just on the...
Yeah, she's been unalive for like a... She's been unalive for like a year.
Fake.
It's so crazy. Yeah, I'm just, bro, my screen time is crazy. My screen time is so crazy. I'll just be on SoundCloud just looking for like old demos and stuff, like Jeff Buckley demos, unreleased stuff, radio.
Unreleased stuff, unalived. Sounds similar to me.
Missing, so
She's been unalive for like a year.
Fake.
Has unreleased projects, things that didn't make albums. I'm just looking for the oddballs and the outliers of popular artist music, because I feel like when I'm making my own music and there's stuff that doesn't make the album, is low-key your best work. So
Let's hear him say the word alive.
Especially with a Tommy and my alter ego, keeping these concepts and things alive and very visual and easy to
alive.
She's been unalive for like a year.
Fake.
understand for the fan. Ego, keeping these concepts and things alive and very visual and easy.
Alive.
So
she's been unalive for like a year.
I ain't gonna lie. Sounds a bit similar to me.
Especially with a Tommy and my alter ego, keeping these concepts and things alive and very visual and easy to understand for the fans, because once they hear the album.
We got the word year. I can find the exact words that he used in that, allegedly in that one.
This music and montages to go with it.
Bro, I'm still that kid in the closet. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, bro. I dropped a Fortnite montage to Woody. I'm still that kid in the closet. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, bro.
Years ago.
She's been unalive for like a year.
Fake news, boo.
Yeah, she's been unalive for like a year. And to clarify, your nose doesn't change shape without surgery. Your nose.
And now it's interesting. He says nose. Does he say nose? If he says nose in this interview, I'm gonna flip my lid. Every single word he says in that, he says in this. That doesn't mean anything, but it's like, bruh, let's hear it.
I kept one on my nose, but
on my nose.
And to clarify, your nose doesn't change shape without.
Yeah, my era, they're gone now. I kept one on my nose, but yeah, my mom
on my nose.
A year.
Fake news, boo.
Yeah, she's been unalive for like a year. And to clarify, your nose doesn't change shape without.
It's
made in them. On now.
The accent sounds identical to me.
I kept one on my nose.
On my nose. It does sound a bit similar, doesn't it? Let's hear the rest of this and I'll read you what people are saying, because this is just blowing my mind.
News, boo.
Yeah, she's been unalive for like a year. And to clarify, your nose doesn't change shape without surgery. Your nose.
And now it's interesting, right? Whoever this is, they're saying she's been unalive for like a year, and now the body was only found 1 month ago. All right, and everybody's saying, oh, she probably passed away in August, maybe at the start of the year. Now, whoever this is, that sounds a lot like David, is saying, yeah, she was unalived a year ago. I actually forgot that I even noticed that. My bad, but still, like, that's super, super interesting. So,
but yeah, my mom hated them.
But isn't that how
them as well? It became an inconvenience to wash my face. It became an inconvenience to sleep on them. Sometimes they would just hurt.
You had 7 at one point.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, sounds a lot like him. So in late October of 2025, people were live on TikTok discussing the case. Allegedly David, decided to join the live stream boxes. Oopsie-daisy, from a fake account, now deleted, and defend himself. In doing so, he slipped up and said Celeste had been dead for almost a year. He then went on to post a still meme from the TV show You, along with some cryptic comments on his TikTok story. He said something along the lines of him not being able to help himself because he was obsessed. I no longer have this screenshot. It doesn't sound like him. He's using a voice changer. It absolutely does sound like... in my opinion, it does sound like him. He's not using a voice changer. He's just changing his own voice. You could hear the echoes of whatever room he's in as he's speaking. I mean, he did say he was in the closet. It's not the dramatic change of his normal pitch and tonality. I would argue it's not a change at all. I can genuinely not believe that people think that. Feel free to compare with other clips and vids of him speaking. Throughout the full 8 minutes, he uses words and phrases that David says all the time. Do not confuse this with people using AAVE slang willy-nilly. Everybody has their go-tos, and as a Gen Z myself, I don't say everything that he does. Above all, it's less about how he sounds in this particular clip and more about what the F he says. How the hell would a random know or say that Celeste had been dead for almost a year when no one suspected that at the time? Oh, probably because it's allegedly the murderer telling you when he did it. Obviously, think what you want. The investigators are doing their job, but get real. This is David. You can find the full stream on TLR's YouTube page. Full version was posted here. Not sure what happened. And for the record, once again, a really interesting, useful, and important piece of content is being scrubbed from Reddit. This is why people say, oh, Traveler Ross, you're making video. No, I'm preserving evidence every single day of the week. This was 2 months ago. They can't find this interview on Reddit. Oh, but good. It's been backed up and preserved on my channel. So there you go. All right. patiently waiting for a Reddit investigator to find a pic of the room in David's house and explain how the reverb and echo matches the acoustics of the room perfectly. If he's dumb enough to go on live trying to defend himself on a burner account, he's dumb enough to have done it. He's a 10-year-old trapped in a 20-year-old's body. He definitely seems like the type to be dumb enough to do this, so I wish they'd let him talk, let his guard down, and drop nuggets like unalive for a year. He could not stay off social media. He's addicted. How does he know that she's been unalive for a year? No one mentioned anything about that. Him saying she was unalived a year ago is wild. It does sound like him. I ain't going to say it's David, but if it is, defending yourself this way is extremely dumb. If it isn't, then the guy looks weird for writing for a suspected PDF so hard. I honestly find it hard to believe. Like, I'm not trying to put anything on anybody, but in my opinion, it's like, what is the likelihood that somebody would hop on here and defend David? That's already a low likelihood event. What is the likelihood that someone would hop on here and have the exact same voice as David? What is the likelihood that someone that isn't David would hop on here to defend David with the exact same voice and intonation as David, and he would also know that the girl would have been unalive for a year? I don't know, man. People saying if it's actually him, that is wild. He's not swaying the public, saying everybody runs away. Girl, no, what the F we don't. She did say she had a past life of running away. That's him. He's speaking as if he spoke to her. Wow.
I'm not trying to like history of like running away like it was the child. What I did say is that she had.
I'm not on your live, babe.
Running away. Yeah,
I'm not on your live.
Yeah, I just don't care. She did say she had a past history of like running away and stuff like that.
She did say what to you?
But it's not trying to like blame.
Okay, and hella kids do too. Shit.
Hey,
hella,
host, I don't know if you said like
hella fucking kids run away too. Shit, I was a runaway. Shit, every fucking body runs away.
I don't care if you were a runaway. I didn't ask.
What the hell are you talking about?
Ava, I think you said like 2 interruptions per guest. Is that like still applying here or what?
It's crazy. It sounds just like him, man. It sounds just like him. That one is wild. That one is actually wild, and I like this comment. Wow. It sounds like him in the beginning, but then the person's voice changes to where it don't sound like it. It sounds like an older guy. He said she was unalived a year ago. 1, no one confirmed she was unalived. 2, no one confirmed it was a year ago. If it's him, that's actually so sick. Honestly, most killers actually go on the screen or as part of talk to try and control the narrative. You can tell it's David. There's no other black young men trying to sound intellectual with a false cadence to try and sound smarter than the younger people he comes across. That's how he takes advantage of people who buy into the gimmick. It is interesting. He's very condescending in this. Whoever it is. It's very condescending. And it's kind of like, yeah, that's how you be speaking to these younger people you come around. It's very interesting. It fits in with the character that we know. He sounds like David. It's not just the voice, it's the cadence, how he speaks, the slight southern accent that comes out occasionally, which matches David's if you look at his interviews. Not to sound like a bigot either, but there's a sort of lingering on certain syllables commonly found in the stereotypical American gay woman voice he's doing here that David did in his streams, especially the one with Celeste. Delete everything. There's also a part of the video where a girl says this and always, a girl said this and this N is always on TikTok in reference to David, and the guy who sounds like him immediately went, no, I'm only on once or twice a day. So unless there's a guy who coincidentally sounds similar to David, talks similar to him, is heavily invested in defending David and acts as childish David, then it's probably him. That's what I think. It's like the likelihood that there's not many people trying to look out for David regardless, but like the fact is that like somebody would want to defend him full stop and then also sounds like him is crazy. It does sound like him as cadence, that's wild, but equally it could be a troll being a jerk at home bored for fun. Very interesting stuff though, totally raised my blood pressure listening to that chaos. It is interesting. So let's see what, there was only a couple of comments on this, but people just saying, oof. People saying a year ago would have been roughly, you guessed it, January 2024. Actually, it would have been October 2024. Things are a little bit different, okay? And this is a bit off. He says, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. The only real question it remains is why did it in the first place? I found the TikTok story he posted after this. Says, unfortunately, I'm a little obsessed. And it says, the MF I turn into when she gives someone else the slightest bit of attention. I don't know who this is, but is this some kind of killer? It says, if you can want to see some even crazier stuff, he debated the political TikToker Dean Withers on that same account before deleting it. Listen to this faceless loser's voice and tell me it's not David. We know it's the same account as David, because when the Celeste stream screen recording came out, people were in the comments saying David had literally just talked to Dean. Dean only posts his own face on his YouTube recaps and streams, so you can't see who joined from the TikTok live unless you're physically in the live stream like the commenters were. Let's get into it. And it says you can hear more of him come out in the Dean debate. He starts dropping his guard. It says the speaker on the phone saying the nose only grows, it doesn't change shape. That's what growing is, knucklehead. I do not believe him. That's him at all, but you never know. Said that's obviously not him. He sounded white. Y'all believe anything? Can we trust this person? Says he doesn't sound white to my black ass ears. Now look, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. It says not here, not the full 8 minutes. Not when he debates Dean, especially when they bring up slavery. You can go and listen to other clips of him, especially when he code switches in interviews. It's just not usually this hard. He's obviously trying to disguise himself. Black people aren't a monolith, and I would recognize our voices no matter the accent 30 miles away. Stop with the BS. I don't know if that's really true. Anyway, imagine getting your news reports from a money-hungry YouTuber like Traplaw Ross. Well, imagine, right? Traplaw Ross, the #1 and most credible news source there is. Like that one, dislike that one. Well, imagine, right? Imagine if Traplaw Ross wasn't out here preserving this information. You wouldn't have kept hold of this clip, right? You wouldn't have this. You can't find the original because it's been deleted. And I have preserved that information for you guys. You're welcome, right? And if the LAPD want to use that, they don't even need to reach out to me. It's on my channel. You can go and rip it from my channel if you wish, okay? But you probably subpoena Reddit. But anyway, let's hear about this.
It sounds like you're now challenging the notion that women should be able to vote, right?
Do they really use it all that often, though?
Yeah, women vote.
But not as much as men do, right?
Okay. Well, okay. So you're saying that men vote at higher rates compared to women. Older people vote at higher rates than 25-year-olds. Should we take the right to vote away from all 25-year-olds?
No, not 25-year-olds.
Okay. So should we take the right to vote away from women, given that apparently men vote at higher rates compared to women?
Well, I don't think they're emotionally stable enough to make decisions on like voting in American politics.
So they're saying that this could be him. Now, I'm not going to sit here and watch this entire thing. I think what would be good is if maybe we search for a few words that are similar. Let's say a year, the word year.
But I agree with him trying to, put up to like a year punishment for like burning the
4, 5, 6, 7, 4. I love that. I love that.
How many ways have you heard people pronounce?
How long did it take you to come up with this? Because when you were on our show 2 years ago, you said literally the other day.
Okay, we got all these other people saying year. Can we get...
Holy fuck,
Actually,
sorry.
1, 2, 5. Holy balls,
Damn.
5.
But in 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's get David saying years. Where did I lose that?
I actually experienced them, and it's like, yo, I really said this about myself 2 years ago.
Is it
2 years ago.
put up to like a year punishment for like burning the flag in public.
Okay, so do you think that it should be legal to specifically burn the flag?
Not in public.
I'm just asking you. So you think it should be illegal to burn it in public? Do you think that it should be like illegal to have like a campfire in public?
If it's not in a controlled space.
Okay.
Happening.
But is it what you really expected?
It's weird because I have such a weird view and take on situations like that because I'm always looking.
Did you say situations?
Like abortion. It's like elective abortion.
The very few situations where they
Damn, wrong person. What else does he say? What else could he say that's like...
can be, right, majority of violent crime logical.
I would say there's a good chunk of it that is, sure.
Okay, so a vast majority, 60-40, violent crime that you think... What exactly? That is reasonable and logical?
Are you serious?
Yes.
10th grand on that. All right, go ahead with your argument. That's insane. Okay, say I give you a 10th grand on that. All right, go ahead with your argument.
Okay, so now that we've agreed, emotional, commit 92 that would not require violence on the internet are
the end goal of arson, right? How do you classify arson real quick, just to clarify?
Could he say classify? Is he going to say classify? No. What else does he say?
Looking for writing material in these types of things. So instead of taking it to the chin, being like, oh my God, like, I'm heartbroken, like, I go straight to my phone or band lab, go straight to the studio and write about it. I never actually like fully process situations like that because I'm always expecting it to happen. And then as soon as it happens, I'm writing about it. So
Serious.
Damn. I want to get one more comparison. I'm not going to lie, I just found like a bit of a creepy statement. Obviously, we talked about the withered scrapbook and him kind of snitching on himself a little bit in the scrapbook of that. But listen to this little line I just found.
Just living life and it feeling
This album is my life. Like Withered is my life. Petals of Thorns and Lost Petals are what I wanted my life to be, and then Withered is my life.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So where do they align at all?
They do indeed, because like I said, I kind of felt like it was a prophetic thing that I was speaking about heartbreak and love and all these things I had never experienced before, but then I actually experienced them, and it's like, yo, I really said this about myself 2 years ago. It's happening.
But is it what?
Stop. You really said you was going to do it 2 years ago, now it's happening.
You really expected?
It's weird because I have such a weird view and take on situations like that because I'm always looking for writing material in these types of things. So instead of taking it to the chin, being like, oh my God, like, I'm heartbroken, like, I go straight to my phone or band lab, go straight to the studio and write about it. I never actually like fully process situations like that because I'm always expecting it to happen. And then as soon as it happens, I'm writing about it. So
you're expecting, because I understand, like, you go
basically, yeah.
But you saying expecting it, meaning like you get into a friendship expecting it to end in a devastating, tragic, sad way, so it can inspire art. But are you manifesting that in a certain degree?
I don't know. I hope I'm not. I really hope I'm not, because it feels that way. Because like I look back to old songs like "Life's a Dream" and all these songs I wrote in my closet or my sister's closet in 2022 when I'm looking at my life in the past 8 to 9 months. I'm like, whoa. Like, bro, these songs are soundtracking my life. So I hope I'm not involuntarily doing that, but it might be that way. Not gonna lie.
Interesting.
Might be that way, you know, might be that way. Might be that way, man. Might have manifested some of those things. So look, in my opinion, it sounds a lot like him. It does sound suspiciously like him. This idea of that she was unalived a year ago is just crazy. That was said, that was seemingly known. We didn't know this at that stage. That was very suspicious. But at the same time, it might not be him. There's some little inflections that you do think maybe that's a different person. Maybe they're changing their voice. Maybe there's a voice change, and maybe somebody is impersonating David. So we don't know. I did think that was interesting. I wanted to share that with you guys. And as always, man, I'm just trying to keep track of everything that's going on in this case, okay? Don't care about anybody hating. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing, okay? This is a public case. This is a story in the public interest regarding a public figure. This dude has 5 billion streams, okay? So why don't you guys go and get angry about David, who's still running it up off the streams, having had no accountability. A dead minor was found in the trunk of his car, and there's a bunch of information going around online that would seem to suggest that he might have been in a relationship, according to some people's opinion, with that minor that was found deceased in the trunk of his car. So before you point the finger at me, all right, and I'm sure that there are some people that would love to deflect the attention away from themselves to me, but let's not lose sight of the fact that this teenager was found in the trunk of David's car, and there's still been no justice. So I'll keep you guys updated. I will keep preserving the information and keep Celeste's name alive. Rest in peace to her, and I'm excited for us to hopefully eventually get justice. And if I can play even just a tiny little, teeny tiny, like microscopic part in this little girl whose life was taken from her too soon, if I can play a small part in her getting justice, then I'm proud of that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. I'm out here, gang. Peace.